Mark Schulman has had a front row seat performing with legendary acts including Billy Idol, Foreigner, Velvet Revolver, Stevie Nicks, Cher, and Pink. And he is here to be your personal rock star. Get ready to rock! Please welcome Mark Schulman.
Hello, my friends. This is Mark Schulman, your own personal rock star. Now, being on the road touring with Pink for 14 years, and prior to that, as a drummer for Billy Idol, Foreigner, Cher, and other world-class entertainers, I attribute my personal and professional success to the power of attitude. And the lessons I have learned are especially relevant as we navigate through and beyond this global pandemic. Now, consciously changing, shifting, and controlling your attitude gives you the power to change your perception in the face of unprecedented uncertainty. Attitude is the foundation of an anomalous formula that I live by, attribute to my success, and am compelled to write about in our upcoming book. This formula is A times B equals C and stands for attitude times behavior equals consequence. In this short video, get ready for a teaser about how this formula can evolve your present and future. Now, when March hit, I had 19 speaking gigs for the months of March and April just go away, fall out, just like that. And my initial reaction was that of fear and anxiety because I had never experienced a global pandemic. And these emotions and my response were sort of a default response. I had never done a virtual presentation before, and my prejudice was that I could never recreate the energy, drumming performances, interaction, and sheer excitement of my live keynote in a virtual format. I woke up a few mornings later and I realized that I could embrace this opportunity, viewing it simply as a setback. And once I shifted my attitude, it was amazing. Like, I immediately cultivated many creative ideas and solutions to build my virtual presentation, and I couldn't wait to get started. Since then, I performed dozens of virtual presentations for some very happy clients. Now, my dear friend and co-author of our next book, Dr. Jim Samuels, is whom I would call a master on the absolute power of attitude.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jim Samuels, and thank you very much for watching our video. I want to start by expressing our sympathies for all of you who have lost so much during this time. It has truly been difficult, and we understand that. We also understand that this can have a negative, heavy impact on your attitude. We want to make sure that you're able to adjust your attitude by noticing it, and then give you some things you can do to improve it. One thing you can do is be selective when you watch the news. Focus on the good news, try to ignore the bad news. The more you focus on the good news and the more you repeat that good news to others, the better your attitude will become and the better you will feel.
Seeing it differently will change your behavior, including your feelings. Without really trying, you will see a change in your behavior. For one thing, you will be more patient because you know what's coming. You know what you're waiting for. Now, I know it's easy to say, a bit tricky to actually do, but for the most part, our attitudes are automatic. We rarely decide what attitudes we want and then assume that attitude. Many people have no idea how this is done. There are ways you can influence your mind to improve your attitude and your life.
All right, you know the equation, A times B equals C. Attitude times behavior equals consequences. And then those consequences will reinforce the original attitude. And the focus has to be your goal. In this case, the goal is to have a successful vaccine, successful treatments, and for all of us to get and stay well. This is really important. The goal is what holds everything together, and the more you return to the goal, the more you demonstrate what's called resilience. And resilience normally boils down to one thing. No matter what, you return to your goal and keep moving. All right, everyone, we hope to see you at the other end of this. Love you very much.
Now, here's an attitude shift exercise based on the idea that hindsight is 20/20. Look at this pandemic from a successful future, from a time when we have moved past the pandemic and you can appreciate that it's now under control. Shift your attitude to move to a more positive one. Feel the relief that is coming and feel it now. And repeat that shift whenever you need to improve your attitude. This will drive your behavior. Now remind your friends about how this time is coming and watch your mood shift and watch the mood shifts that your friends experience when you discuss this with them. Now your behavior is truly creating some visible consequences. This is the ABC experience, A times B equals C, in action. As an added bonus, doing this will increase your resilience, your ability to weather the storm until it's over. Increased resilience can make everything easier for you. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. It's also defined as toughness, or a popular common phrase now, grit. Now, from my experience, by assuming an attitude of resilience and grit, I felt unstoppable in the creation of a rock and roll virtual presentation to complement what I call the virtual frontier. So a key for all of us is to actively develop resilience. Ever so often, just do something the hard way. Write a letter instead of an email, or pick up the phone to make that call that you've been putting off for a long time. There's extraordinary power in your attitude, and it can be your key to a fulfilling present and a wonderful future. When our book is complete, we look forward to supplying you with a personally signed copy. Attitude rocks, and so do you.